Hi, my name is Angela Funk, and I am a dietetic intern at Samford University in Birmingham, Alabama. My program is a coordinated program, so I am a dietetic intern, but I'm also getting my master's in healthcare administration. Right now, a typical day for me, I'm just in the master's coursework right now, but come January, I start clinical rotation plus master's work online. Starting in January, my typical day will be 8 to 5 in clinical rotation, and then doing online modules at night, which will go for a year, minus 12 months. So in January, I start in food service, and then I rotate according to the schedule. My advice for you guys, undergrads going through the process, is to start your personal statements early. Personal statements take a long time, and you need to write about yourself in a unique way, and you need to continually work on these because I edited mine about 100 times, and it's important that you start early because if you do it last minute, a lot of internships will be able to tell if you didn't put the work into it. Get someone to continually proofread your personal statement that you trust. I had someone that read mine continually, sent it back to me, and then I would send it back to her, and she would proofread it and give me her advice, and that really helps. So find someone you can trust. Professor Dalton would be a good person to start off with, but it's also good to find someone that outside of school that is good at writing that could be able to do that for you. Apply wisely. Look at schools based on the cost. Distance shouldn't really be a factor for you because getting an internship is just important in general. So if you can afford it, go for it. Distance for me wasn't really a factor. I just wanted an internship, whether I could afford it. And so that's why I chose to come to Alabama, because it was in my cost range, and that's kind of what I chose to look at. Don't stress about the internship, but do put the work in. You can't do these things last minute. Utilize Christmas break as a good time to work on your internship, work on diecasts, and work on your applications. Reach out and network during this time. If you know of an internship that you want and you know the director, you should definitely reach out to the director. They'll already know your name, and once they get your application, that's good because they'll already know who you are. If you're lost during the process, don't hesitate to ask Professor Dalton or your advisor, anyone who has gone through the process. Like I said, go on LinkedIn, look up registered dietitians, ask questions, because that's how you learn, and that's my biggest advice there. Keep ISPE's second round match, keep that all in the back of your mind. Some people tend to forget about that and just think about first match, but if things don't go as planned, you need to have a backup plan. You need to know what you're going to do and what your backup plan is. So those are very important things to keep in mind. Some school tips for you guys other than the internship. Just keep in mind that grades do matter. Don't procrastinate. You need to keep up with your schoolwork because your grades matter for the internship and your experience matters. So it's good that if you're a senior, you should have experience, should be balancing your dietetics work and your leadership skills, because that is the most important things that internships will look at. Keep all your material because you'll definitely use it during the internship. That's one of my biggest advice. I brought all my material with me down to school because it's useful. You're going to use it again. A lot of things you're learning senior year, you're going to use in your internship. So that's my biggest advice, to connect school with your internship. Keep your material. Reach out to older people, like people in my grade. When I was sitting in your position, I emailed the grade above us and asked, how's your internship going? What are you doing? What's a typical day for you? And so people like us are really good for you guys to reach out to, and I'm more than welcome to answer any questions about it. I'm happy that I asked the older interns because then I got a little insight of what I was going to experience. So right now I'm working on my master's courses, and in January I will start rotation. Typical day for most rotations, they're pretty generic, is 8 to 5, 8 to 4 rotation, and then you also do work online that pertains to your rotations. And if you are doing a coordinated program, you will be working on your master's, and that's what I'm doing. So my biggest advice is don't stress out about it, but start early, because the internship process, it is a process. A lot of people apply, so you need to make yourself stand out above others, and a lot of schools get a lot of applications, so you need to show that school why you're deserving of that internship, because they don't take a lot of people. And so they will notice if you procrastinate on your personal statement and on going through diecast. You don't want any mistakes in diecast. It should be free of grammatical errors and completed on time. So that's my biggest advice for you guys. I hope this helps.